And when it smells bad in the house, that means you have to change the diaper.
Yes.
When they're crying and it doesn't smell bad, you have to give them milk.
Yep. See, you're gonna be the best sister ever. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm so excited to sit down and film this. This is a video that I never thought I'd be able to film anytime soon. I'm just grateful to be able to sit here and talk about pregnancy with you guys. Today's Q&A is going to be all things pregnancy related. I'm going to be answering your guys' questions that you asked over on Instagram, and we're just going to have a conversation about pregnancy and what that looks like for me so far. The hardest part about being pregnant and vlogging or talking on camera is being out of breath, and I am definitely out of breath. I have to stop and take deep breaths, and it is probably the hardest part right now. If I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I am, and I'm trying to work through it, but you know, pregnancy problems. I am almost 7 weeks. I'm technically, I think, 6 weeks and 4 days pregnant today, so very, very newly pregnant. However, we have known we were pregnant for, I think 4 weeks exactly, actually. Yeah, just a little over 4 weeks. So if you're new here to my channel, my husband and I went through IVF, did a round of IVF that was successful. Very grateful we were successful on our first try. And yeah, so that is how we were able to get pregnant and be infertility. I am a mom of a 5-year-old little girl, and we are pregnant with our second right now. Anyways, without further ado, let me jump on into the questions. Let me get those pulled up, and we will just start making our way through those. There's a lot of really good questions, and I felt like ever since we announced our pregnancy, there's been so many questions surrounding everything. Sitting down and filming a video like this was just going to be helpful. The first question, lots and lots of questions. People want to know when we're announcing the gender of our baby, and it's so bizarre knowing, when we got pregnant, we knew what gender we were pregnant with because we did go through IVF, we did the PGT testing, so we knew we were pregnant with a genetically normal embryo, and then we also were able to find out the gender of it as well. So we do know the gender. We've known the gender from before we were pregnant, which is just, it's such a different experience getting pregnant this time around than it was with Scarlett. With my daughter Scarlett, we conceived naturally, and it was your typical pregnancy experience, and this second pregnancy experience has been very different, very non-traditional, but it's been special in its own way. If that makes sense, we've just done things differently. But I don't have a date for when we're going to announce the gender. We do have plans to film the gender reveal this week, so soon. We'll say soon. We've just been pushing it off because Scarlett actually got sick with strep throat. We had friends in town. The timing has not worked out for us to film the gender reveal that I'm wanting to film. So hopefully this week we can get that filmed and share that with you guys here soon. How is Scarlett taking the news? Does she have any worries? She's really excited. She has mentioned to me a couple times how she's nervous that I'm gonna be taking care of the baby more than her, or, you know, I think what she's trying to say is that she's gonna feel left out or not as important. I feel like that's really valid and normal feelings that she's having. So we've been doing our best just to reassure her and just to talk more about the exciting things, and, you know, just to give her the validation that yes, another baby's coming, but she is still so special to us. I would say overall she's very excited. She's been very much a part of this process of us trying to conceive, and she's seen, you know, Ty giving me the injections for the IVF. So she's excited. She's still confused because yes, there is a baby in my belly, but my belly is not big yet. So she's like, wait, I don't understand. Somebody asked what prenatals I'm taking. I'll leave a link to them down below. What symptoms were different this time before positive test? Congrats. So I did share a video before we announced our pregnancy where I talked about all the symptoms I was experiencing, and it's really difficult because for myself, I'm on progesterone injections. I'm taking estrogen for the next 6 weeks, and so when after our transfer, when I was experiencing symptoms, I didn't know if it was because of the medication I was on or if it was actually pregnancy symptoms. So it was kind of confusing. So I shared this in the video, but my number one symptom was I was so cold, ridiculously cold. I had to have a sweatshirt and sweatpants on me at all times, even if I was sitting outside where it's 70 degrees out here in Arizona. I was freezing. I remember going to Scarlett's soccer game, and I had a full I don't know, jacket on and leggings and, you know, tennis shoes with socks, and it was 70 degrees out, and I still was swaddled in a blanket because I was so freezing. It was ridiculous. So that was very abnormal for me. I'm not typically a cold person. If anything, I feel like I'm always like more on the warmer side, so that was odd. I also had mild cramping, but again, I feel like a lot of those symptoms could just be like there's a reason behind them because I had just done an embryo transfer, so I related the cramping to the embryo transfer, but little did I know it was probably implantation. As for now, I am very lucky to have such mild symptoms. I talked about this on Instagram yesterday. I'm not sick, I am not nauseous. I take that with a grain of salt. There's been a couple times where I'm really hungry and the nausea starts to kick in, but it's very mild and it's very manageable and can be controlled by eating. I'm very hungry, but I feel like that's kind of subsided. For a couple of days, I just could eat and eat and eat, and I was never satisfied. I was never full. I was so hungry all the time. And I do feel like I'm eating more right now, but it's not near as bad as it was, like I think on week 4 or 5. I really don't feel extra fatigue. I feel like I have a normal amount of energy, so that's really good. I do have a food aversion to eggs. Eggs just look and sound disgusting. Like if you guys follow my channel, you know I'm a huge egg person. Like I eat a lot of eggs typically, and right now they just sound so gross. They smell so gross. I don't want anything to do with eggs. My craving, which I kind of just like put 2 and 2 together, is Mexican food. I probably DoorDash Mexican food 3 to 4 times a week. It has to be like from specific places too. I can't cook it myself. It needs to be cooked for me, but it just sounds so good. And also like bland foods like bean and cheese burritos or oatmeal. I've been eating a lot of oatmeal. Just like really basic bland foods sound really good. So it's kind of odd, like Mexican food and then bland foods. That's like my thing. What is your number 1 item you must have this time around? I don't know if I have a number 1 item. I have a couple items that I really want. I think I want the LV breast pump, and I think I want the Nuna Pippa Light car seat. Like it's supposed to be like really light, really good. Now that you are pregnant, will it change the types of skincare products you use? Everything I'm using right now is completely safe for pregnancy. So for the most part, all of the products that I've been using throughout this entire infertility journey have been safe for pregnancy, so I'm not really having to change much. Has your pregnancy affected your sleep? I don't know if it's pregnancy or I don't know if it's progesterone. Progesterone can affect your sleep too, and I'm still taking 2 cc's of a progesterone injection every morning for the next 6 weeks. I've been on it for 6 weeks, I think. No, longer than that, but we still have 6 weeks of it. I'll be taking my medication until the very end of my first trimester, so a full 12 weeks. But for the most part, I'm sleeping really good. I do wake up earlier than normal. I'm definitely like up at like 4:30 to 6:30 every morning. It kind of like ranges, but like today I slept until 7, which was phenomenal. So I think it's getting a little bit better, but there was a couple of weeks where I was just waking up super early, ready to go for the day, and then by mid-afternoon, I was regretting waking up so early. Will you share your delivery? I'll share bits and pieces of it, but I'm not about birth vlogs. That's too intimate, too personal for me, and I feel like it's work. You're working during such an intimate time, and I don't want to have to worry about taking out the camera to capture content when I'm giving birth to my baby. It's just not me, it's not my thing. So I feel like a lot of people will be disappointed to hear that, but we will be sharing. Like I probably will have my camera, I'll probably like pull it out and take clips, but it's not gonna be like a full typical birth vlog video that you see on YouTube. From YouTube moms, it's just not my thing. All of those little intimate moments I wanna share with you guys, but sometimes it's better to not do it in the moment, and it's better to do it after I've processed the fact and share it then. So that's kind of what I did with our pregnancy. We didn't film our like initial reaction. We didn't film telling our friends and family. Like that's just, it's too much for me. We want to share these exciting moments with you guys, but we have to be mindful of our personal life. Like yes, we are, you know, we create content, but at the same time, this is also our real life. This is our family's real life. These are our friends' real life. Like this is also real life while we're also creating content. So we just try to, you know, balance that a little. Will you be moving now since the new baby? No, we have a 4-bedroom house. We have 1 child. We have plenty of room in this house, so no need to move, thankfully. Somebody asked what my pregnancy must-haves are. I don't know yet. I don't think I'm far enough into pregnancy to answer that, but I do think a pregnancy pillow is probably going to be something that I really need. I typically sleep with a pillow like between my legs every night anyways, and so I feel like as my belly grows, I'm gonna need something like that. Somebody asked, this is a good question, because you did embryogenetic testing, which is PGT testing. She says, do you need the NIPT testing? And I didn't think we would, but actually when we were talking to our fertility doctor, last time we were there, he was telling us, yes, still go ahead and do it. PGT testing isn't 100% accurate, and he said that he would still recommend we move forward with the NIPT testing, although we should be fine, but it's just an extra precaution to take, and if there's any early intervention you can do or be prepared for, I'm all about. Somebody asked, what are you doing same/different with pregnant new baby compared to Scarlett? So what am I doing differently this time or the same? We are definitely going to be following my cousin Kara. She's taking care of babies on Instagram. She's amazing. She's a sleep program, and she was a lifesaver for Scarlett. We followed her program. Scarlett has been a great sleeper since, I don't even know, 9 weeks old, I believe, and we will 100% be following the same sleep program with the new baby. Ty and I strongly believe on setting up healthy sleep boundaries, and it's just good for the entire family. So that's something we will be implementing, is just creating healthy sleep habits from an early age. Something I wasn't able to do with Scarlett was breastfeed. I think we lasted 3 or 4 weeks. I honestly cannot remember. I really want to give breastfeeding my all this time. I feel like I have more resources. I feel like I have more knowledge surrounded about it. I knew nothing going into breastfeeding. Like my first child, I was like, oh, it's gonna be easy, I'll figure it out, but that was not the case. This time I have resources. I know women who coach women through breastfeeding. I feel like I have a much better support system in the breastfeeding world now than I did when I was a brand new mom. With this being our last baby, I really just want to give it my all and give it a shot and try to breastfeed. But on the other hand, if we have to supplement, if it's not working, if I'm miserable, if I'm in pain, I'm going to do my best to stick it out, but I'm also not going to dwell on it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but I'm going to try. Scarlett wasn't breastfed, she was formula fed, and she's an incredibly intelligent child. She's very smart, met all of her milestones. It literally does not matter if you breastfeed your child or bottle feed your child at all. It literally does not. Nobody knows once they grow up. Somebody asked, what are my favorite leggings for your growing bump? I don't really feel like I'm showing that much. I'm just bloated. I'm really bloated. Mainly that end of the day bloat. In the morning, I feel I look like myself. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, who is she? All of my black Lululemon leggings need to be replaced. They're older, so I don't care if they get stretched out or whatever. And then after I have the baby, to treat myself to some new Lulus, because those are my favorite leggings. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure. That's my plan. I'll probably end up trying something else, but as of now, I haven't needed to. Natural birth or medicated birth? Medicated all the way. I wish I could do natural. I've thought about doing natural, but I think at the end of the day, medicated. Can you please find cute maternity clothes? Yes, I actually was just sent a ton of maternity clothes. Well, they double as maternity clothes. I could wear them now, but they'll also grow with me. And I was thinking I'll do a reel, or maybe I'll do a try on here. I'm not entirely sure, but they are so cute. What's the priciest purchase you think you'll have to make since starting from scratch? So yeah, we don't have anything baby. My daughter's 5 years old. If you have no idea who I am or our story, my husband and I did go through a divorce. We eventually got remarried. We are together. So yeah, we divorced and then we remarried a couple years later. But through our divorce, we sold all the baby things because I'm like, we're not going to need this. We're not having a baby together. This is it. We're moving on. So we got rid of all of our baby stuff, minus some special items of Scarlett's clothes and just some special items that she had. I'm basically a first-time mom. I don't have anything. We're starting from scratch. And I'm going to be completely upfront and honest with you guys. The line of work that I do, the work I do on YouTube, the work I do on Instagram, I'm in a very privileged place because when you do the work that I do, baby brands want to send you their product. They want you to review it. So I already have baby products coming in that are being gifted to me. They're not free necessarily. Yes, the items are coming to me for free, but I still have things I have to do you know, to work for them, I guess, to review them and, you know, to share them and stuff like that. For example, we have a crib that is being sent to us to review. It won't be until like, I don't know, July or June or something like that because it's back ordered, but I'm very excited to be able to partner with this brand and share this crib with you guys. It's a beautiful, beautiful crib, but that's just kind of like how this job works. But I don't know, what's gonna be our most expensive purchase? I mean, the baby itself has been a very expensive purchase going through IVF. Does that count? We'll probably buy the baby a really nice dresser. I feel like that's something that I've learned is to get a piece of furniture that's going to really, really, really grow with them. And I feel like a dresser is something that I'd want to invest a little bit more money in and not just go buy like a cheap IKEA one. I think I'd rather buy like a nicer piece of furniture because that's something that they'll grow with throughout the years. Scarlett's gone through 3 dressers until we finally bought her like a really nice dresser from Crate & Barrel, and it's a piece of furniture that's just heavy and sturdy, and I wish we would have bought it a long time ago because we wasted money buying other dressers. Somebody asked when is my due date. I think it's November 2nd, but we have like our actual like dating scan, heartbeat, all of that on Wednesday, which I'm so excited about. Somebody asked when I'm gonna start working on the nursery. I don't know. I'm excited to start, and again, because of the work that I do, I'll probably have to start on it sooner rather than later. But the nursery is our guest bedroom, and so I want to see if we're gonna have any guests before I like clear that out and get rid of the bed and all of that. So I need to like check with my friends and family first and make sure nobody's like wanting to come visit. Somebody asked, since you're still in early pregnancy, aren't you worried about having a miscarriage? So yes, of course. I think something though to keep in mind is when you've gone through IVF, everything's just a little bit different. Our miscarriage risk is still there like anybody else, but it has decreased quite a bit because we did do PGT testing. We transferred a genetically normal embryo, and a lot of times a miscarriage is caused by a genetically abnormal embryo just not, you know, taking to the pregnancy. And so a lot of our risks have been decreased because of that. Of course, there's still things that happen out of anybody's control. We could definitely have an unexplained miscarriage, and you know, it could definitely happen, but we'd still share. So like regardless of whatever happens, this is what I do. I'm an open book. I share my personal experiences here on my YouTube channel to, you know, to help others. And so regardless of whatever happens, we'd be sharing. I truly don't understand why people question when they share the pregnancy, because it's such a personal choice and a personal decision, and you should be able to share when you want to share. Hi. Hi, what are you doing?
I want some donuts.
Donuts? I want a donut. Can you say hi?
Hi.
This is Scarlett if you're new here. She's still in her PJs. Somebody asked if we'll do a gender reveal party. We'll do a gender reveal video for my audience here on YouTube.
Dad says no.
Dad says no? Okay. Everybody wants to know if you're excited to have a new baby, to be a big sister.
Yeah.
Are you gonna help with the baby?
Yes.
Were you excited when Mommy told you there was a baby in my belly?
Yes.
Yes. Have you wanted to be a big sister for a long time? Yeah. What? You look grown up. You do look grown up. Okay, back to the questions. Are you gonna sit here with me?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a couple more to answer. Oh, what was I was talking about the gender reveal. Yeah, we've already, like, we told our family. It was nothing special. Like, we told them as soon as we knew the gender of our embryo. And so, yeah, no reveal there. We have nobody to reveal it to other than, like, the internet. So, somebody said, how long after trying to conceive did you see your OBGYN? Did they refer you to an infertility specialist? So I saw my OB after 6 months of trying to conceive. I was having some other hormonal issues and I just felt like something was wrong. And so I went and saw my OB, and I'm so thankful that she listened to me and she took me seriously, because a lot of OBs will not. A lot of OBs will say, well, come see me after a year, you know, or something like that. But she immediately started like testing me and, you know, ruling out things, and we started on Clomid, we started on Letrozole because Clomid didn't work, and eventually I went and saw an infertility specialist because we were kind of like, I was unexplained, she had no idea, and I was like, okay, it's time to go see an actual fertility clinic. So she didn't have to refer me, I just made an appointment myself. So I think it probably depends on the clinic. How are you feeling about having 2 children? How are you feeling about me having 2 children?
Good.
Will be fun? I'll have 1 baby here and 1 baby here.
Yeah, but I don't like them crying.
You won't like them crying? You better get used to it because babies cry a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it smells bad in the house, that means you have to change their diaper.
Yes,
When
that's right.
they're crying and it doesn't smell bad, you have to give them milk.
Yep, that's right. See, you're going to be the best sister ever. I'm honestly very excited. I think my husband and I are both more than ready to bring another child into this world, and you know, we've been trying to conceive for a long time, so we're very excited and very ready. Will you be using a bassinet or a crib? I feel like this is a hard question to answer because when Scarlett came into the world, we said bassinet in a room for 6 months, but she was actually in a crib at like 3 weeks old. We transitioned her to her crib in her room, and she slept better in her own space, and you've always kind of been that way, haven't you? Yeah. So the plan is this time for this baby is to get a bassinet, put it in the bedroom, and have the baby sleep in here, and I'm gonna breastfeed and all those things. But what I've learned my first time being a mom is that you just can't plan these things because you just don't know how it's actually gonna go. How much is too much to share? I think I've kind of already covered this, and I don't really think I can answer that question because it's different for everybody, but for me, too much to share is some really intimate personal moments like actually giving birth. I'm not about that on the internet. That's a little too much for me. Somebody said, not really a first trimester question, but do you plan to birth in hospital or birth center? I'm a hospital type of person. We want to birth in a hospital. Nothing against any option. We just feel it's best for us to be in a hospital. Somebody said, because you did IVF, do you have to do lighter workouts? No, I mean, I'm considered a natural pregnancy now, so it's not an IVF pregnancy. There's nothing different now. I'm just a normal pregnant woman. I guess I am still on progesterone and my estrogen, but for the most part, I am considered just a normal pregnancy. Somebody said no nausea at all. Do you know how lucky you are? I do. I really do. Anyways, that is going to conclude today's Q&A featuring our special guest. Hi. Who wants a donut really bad. So we're gonna go talk about this. You're so cute. Thank you guys for watching today's pregnancy Q&A. I'm gonna show you guys my belly. I'm not really showing, but I feel like I should. What?
When she has a baby, she's gonna show her belly.
Yeah, my belly's gonna get really big. Yeah. So let me show you.
Let me see your belly. Can you see it? That's not that big.
There we go. There's.
I love when he said.
So here is my almost 7-week belly. I don't know if I'm really showing. I just feel really bloated.
I'll be the baby.
Here we are from the front and from the side. If I push it out. Anyways, thanks again for watching. If you guys have any more questions, just list them down below. I'm gonna try to do like one of these Q&As every trimester. And anyways, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
Peace out.